Hi guys, it's that time again. Which is better? And it will be a death metal special. So if you're into death metal or just curious, then this video is definitely for you. And the two albums we're going to be looking at are Upon Desolate Sands by Hate Eternal and No Sign of Life by Unleashed. Let's get into this. So looking at Upon Desolate Sands, with this album, I can even say that Eric Rutan and the rest of his band managed to move the level higher than last time. Let me just remind you that Infernus itself was really good. Well, on this album, Eric Rutan together with JJ Bruchak, I hope I said the name right, and new member Hans Grossman showed that in many aspects it was possible to have a different approach musically, but at the same time retaining the extremity. The material is less stuffy than the few previous ones, and there's even more space on the songs. All this came into even a better feeling, more technically, melodically or simply. However, I can guarantee you that when it comes to brutality, and there's a lot of it of course, these elements have been perfectly integrated. It's also pleasing to see how well Grossman fits into Hate Eternal's music. His drumming does not differ significantly from the standards that prevailed in other albums. It's still incredibly fast and it just dominates the foreground, which Hans copes perfectly in. But we also know how to diversify the slow paces and does not go into technical madness right out of nowhere. Purely in terms of composition, this album is a show of the best in American death metal. Upon Desolate Sands showcases brutality, slowing down, melody, and sandy climate and powerful sound. Everything keeps the perfect proportions in such a situation, and favourites are extremely an individual matter. Songs I would like to highlight are Nothingness of Being, the title track, What Lies Beyond, All Hope Destroyed, and Vengeance Strength. But in all of them, in this context, each one is correspondingly different in the formula and extracts on different patterns. Needless to say, it was, in a simple way, one of the best albums that Hate Eternal have put out. Switching gears, we're going to look at No Sign of Life. Now, Unleashed are one of those bands that just don't need an introduction. These Swedish death metal veterans within the last 30 years have never really changed their style of playing death metal for the most part. So I'll be very surprised if we find something totally unexpected on a new album. The only question if they're able to keep the quality of the album Hunt for the Right Crest. But that's a discussion for another day. To start with the cover, all remains quite similar to the last album. A great painting showing the band logo combined with Thor's hammer and two ravens, Hyungin and Moonin, which blazes over a barren landscape. I have to say that the latest cover by the band is well designed and very colourful, so that even when you take a quick look, it still looks quite fun. The album starts off with a lot of rage. The fast and catchy The King Lost His Crown. In this track you can find all the trademarks we are used to from Unleashed. Thundering drums, soaring riffs, and Johnny's barking voice. The following tracks are kept in the same style. Like The Shepherd Has Left the Flock, it has a cool distorted riff at the start and came along with a very nice groove. Listening to the album many times over, I feel that Unleashed have waived some guitar solos and put more straightforward melodies into tracks. One example of this is Midgard Warriors for Life. It makes the songs not that bulky as it sometimes was on the previous album. You can find a lot of groovy parts, for example, Where Can You Flee, which is reminiscent of older albums from Unleashed like Victory. The Highest Ideal is a song that has a very good example of what Unleashed didn't leave behind. Mid-paced death metal with a repetitive riff that makes you feel like you're back in the 90s when the Swedes had their most glorious days with albums like Where No Life Dwells and Shadows in the Deep. Midgard Warriors for Life is definitely a standout track. A very groovy track with galloping pace and a very cool vocal performance by Johnny. What is to love about the song is when he screams, and that makes the track quite rousing if you ask me. I guess if Manowar made death metal, it would sound like this. The already mentioned guitar solo is the cherry topping on that great track, and another convincing song is Did You Struggle With God? Okay, it's composed quite similar to Midgard Warriors for Life, but I think those catchy tracks can you can easily listen to Where We or In the Trademark of Unleashed. The rest of the album is really just solid death metal, and we're quite fast. They're breaking track called Tier Worlds, the Sword, and 2 more mid-tempo stompers that will leave no Unleashed fan unimpressed. There you have it, guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought was the better album. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.